An epic, iconic Las Vegas property is set to close its doors entirely midweek coming into the new year. This joins another iconic Las Vegas property that's already been closed. And the rumor has it that there's another property that's also very iconic. And I keep using those words because these are properties that people know, even if they haven't been here. Another one is set to, apparently, rumor has it, do the same thing. Why is this happening? We have to go over it. Is this cause for alarm? Should we be sounding the bells and saying that Vegas is done for? Or is this a very smart business decision by people who understand how the new year and how the cyclical kind of seasons work in Vegas, which we're also going to explain in this video and give you an explanation as to why this is happening. When I first saw this news, I was overly concerned, and then I remembered what it really is like in January in Vegas, and it made a lot of sense to me, to be honest, although I don't like to see the closures. So how's it going out there, everybody? My name's Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. Today, you were supposed to be seeing my massive Las Vegas Bellagio atrium Christmas display video. It's an edited video. It took me a long time to do. I love to bring you guys those. It's actually kind of a walking discussion into the atrium. You guys get to explore it with me, learn some stuff about the property. That's been interrupted because of this news. So if you still want to see that, it's over on Patreon, over on the channel memberships, as a video that you can see as a perk for joining those levels 2 and up. But you guys can do that there. But I need you guys to leave me a comment, okay? This news that we have right now, does this concern you in the least? Are you going to just change your travel plans, or were you so dead set on going to this property that's going to be closing its doors come January 4th that you're just going to avoid Vegas and come back later? Is this the harbinger of bad news? Or is this just a logical explanation that you can roll with the punches with? Leave a comment below and like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell for future notifications if you guys want to see my future videos. We do live streams Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. We'll have more of those coming up in the next week because I have some time off from my job, end of the year. That's what happens in my industry. By the way, if you guys want to support us further, you guys can also head on over to vegasfacemask.com. These are the only 2 masks that you'll ever need if you need a mask. Right now, you refer somebody out to us, you get one completely for free. Just let us know. We ship these internationally, and they're the best that you'll ever need. And my wife makes them, and we appreciate all the support you guys give. But back to the property. We have a property that's closing and one that's rumored to be closing in the same regards. Now, it was announced yesterday that Mirage, the iconic Mirage in Las Vegas, the first property in Vegas where you could see a show, do a 5-star type of dinner, stay in your resort with a salon spa, do some high roller kind of limit gaming, the first full service resort on the Strip, if not in all of Las Vegas, is going to be closing its doors starting Monday afternoon, going through till Thursday on January 4th. Now, when I say that, it's going to be the entire hotel is closing, not just the rooms. So we've had this before in the last few months where hotels will close their hotel tower, the properties close their hotel tower, but the casino floor stays open to some capacity, the restaurants stay open to some capacity. You can still go check out the property. Not in the case of the Mirage. The Mirage will be closing its doors. Think of it like Wile E. Coyote getting a giant, huge Acme branded padlock, sticking it on the front, although I imagine they'll also barricade the roads so you can't get in and you won't even be able to do anything in there. Now, as for whether or not you're going to be able to see the Mirage volcanoes, I have no idea. None of the reports I could read could tell me that. And when I did give a call to the resort, the person I talked to was a little bit ambiguous. They didn't know if that was the case. This property also joins the Encore. The Encore over across the street from the Mirage did close their doors in the same manner a couple of months ago. And it also holds a little bit of a close relative with the Planet Hollywood, the Park MGM, the Palazzo, and the Mandalay Bay, who are currently closing their hotel rooms only during the middle of the week. But those properties, of course, still stay open. You can still go to a dinner. You can still go get your slot gaming on if you wanted to. So we have to look at this from a level of understanding what it's like in Las Vegas. And then we get to that rumor that's coming up for that hotel. What other hotel is going to be closing? Well, it's a rumor, so I don't want to just blurt it out there as the truth. But why would they be closing like this? And we'll get to that hotel in just a moment. It's another one you're going to know the name of, trust me. Well, to understand why they would be closing after the first of the year into January 4th specifically with the Mirage, we have to take a look at how Las Vegas actually works, okay? Something novel happens. Not novel, is that the term? Is that the bad term this year? Something unique happens when it comes to the travel industry going into the new year. It doesn't matter where you are, what tourist destination you're in. People are getting their credit card statements back for all the money that they spent in the last few months of the year, with Black Friday deals, Thanksgiving, Christmas time, travel they might have done during Thanksgiving, gifts they might have purchased. People are getting into tax preparation mode. People are not looking to travel coming into the new year. This is not a new thing for 2020, 2021. This has nothing to do with COVID, coronavirus. This has everything to do with the fact that this is just the way it's always been. Because this is the way it's always been, the Las Vegas LVCVA, Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, or I always screw that one up. It's a hard acronym for me to nail. They get with different trade shows and business events that would normally be coming to Las Vegas, and they fill the gaps. So normally in the first couple of weeks of the January season, we have the Consumer Electronics Show coming into town. This is a massive show, one of the largest events in the entire city every year, bringing over 100,000 people into town. And because there's only, apparently, according to that LVCVA website, 144,000 hotel rooms, we have a pretty good chance that as long as a few of those conventioneers bring their spouses with them or maybe a family member to enjoy the city, we have a full house in Las Vegas. That obviously is not happening this year. So it's a double down kind of experience. We have people not traveling because that's what they usually don't do when it comes to the first part of the year. They are going to start traveling more in February generally. Then we have the lack of one of the biggest shows in the entire city coming through. So it's an explanation as to why the Mirage would see fit to actually close their doors entirely. Well, why are you going to run the restaurants and the casino floor when it's already very slow in the middle of the week, when you're for certain going to have less people here because nobody's really traveling in January as a matter of just the way it's worked forever, and then you don't have your big show coming in that supports all the rooms that would be lost because people don't travel into January. But it begs the question as to why the Mirage. Could be the fact that the Mirage is just not in a great location. It really isn't. I love the Mirage. It's a nice property. I have fond memories of going there as a kid and seeing the white tigers and inside. They used to have them behind the check-in desk. And I have great memories of watching that big giant fire show. But it's not in a great spot. I mean, it's right across the street from the Venetian and the Palazzo, properties that might be a little bit more modern to some people. It's also across the street from the Wynn and the Encore. And when the Encore is closing its doors, it means that they might not have the foot traffic that they need to generate interest to get people into the casino floor to do some gaming or to do some dining. Mirage is not exactly a resort destination for a lot of people. You don't go to the Mirage like you go to the Caesar's Palace or the Bellagio to see the free attractions inside or do some shopping. Go to the Mirage because you're going to do some gambling or you have a restaurant you want to go to. 25% capacity, lack of people, means the Mirage doesn't make sense to keep open during the week, and I'm sure it'll just be a temporary only thing. It's not going to last forever. This doesn't mean the Mirage is closing, going to be sold, anything crazy like that you might hear. But we do have to take a look across the street, too, at the other property that is rumored, not proven, no statements, no press releases, rumored to be actually closing in the same fashion. That would be Bally's. I heard it. A few people actually texted me yesterday and said that I've heard that Bally's might be doing the same thing. And would that make a lot of sense for Bally's? To be honest with you, it just might. It just might. Now, the Bally's built the Grand Bazaar shops right in front a few years ago. The idea there was to get some foot traffic walking by. I imagine those shops would remain open, but the Bally's is sitting in between Flamingo, Cromwell, Paris, and Planet Hollywood. Those are 4 properties that are owned by the same company that owns Bally's, and that would be Caesars Entertainment. So if the Bally's is in a spot where they don't see the bookings coming in because you have other things around you that are having people stay there, it makes a lot of sense to close the Bally's too. Do I like the closures? No. What about you? Do you like the closures? I imagine you don't. But you know what? It's just roll with the punches time here in Las Vegas as the world basically recovers from everything. You know, our unemployment numbers have been better. I imagine this will make them a little bit tougher. But these are people that are not losing their jobs, so the unemployment numbers won't go up. But the people will be impacted negatively. I just hope that we walk through 2021 with all of those positive vibes that I talked about in the previous video. And if you're looking for a previous positive vibe video, just go watch my last video. I talked about all the different projects happening in 2021. These kinds of news reports happen. You have to bring them to you. I try to be as pragmatic as I can and think about it and think if there's a real reason to talk about it. And in this case, I think there was. So I think we have a logical explanation why they're closing down the Mirage during the weekdays. I don't think it's going to be a forever thing, but I'm curious what you think about it. Is this enough for you to stick a fork in Las Vegas because it's done? I certainly hope not, because I do have faith that the city will rebound and be bigger and better than ever. But that's the video for today, and my name is Steven, and I am not leaving Las Vegas, a Vegas blogger. I bring you guys news, live streams. Today I was supposed to bring you a really cool, nicely edited travel vlog of me going to the Bellagio and sharing the Christmas display with you. That's on Patreon and channel memberships until we can get that out, and that'll most likely be in the next few days here, so you can see it there first. If you guys want to support us further, make sure you do head up channel memberships, Patreon, and VegasFaceMask.com, the only two you'll ever need. You know, now that you're watching towards the end of the video, I will say this. I get a lot of flack for advertising my wife's business, and I'm not here to defend myself. I'm just here to say that in 2020, 2021 going forward, a lot of crazy things have happened for a lot of people. And if you have something that can benefit your family, don't ever feel bad about advertising it, because what she does is actually fantastic. We've sent masks all over the world to people who don't even want to wear them, but they want to wear something that's really comfortable, or people that are okay with masks and they want something that's really fashionable, or people that just want to support the channel. It keeps my wife busy. She's always happy to be busy, and it helps us better build a bit of stability in a really, really bad, kind of unstable, weird global market that we're in. So I don't feel bad about it. I don't like the haters hating on it, but haters are going to hate. Can't stop them. That's what they do. And if you don't have some haters, I guess you're not doing things right. So now's the time of the video where I have to say 3, 2, 1, click. Now, it's always a challenge to get nice and close to the camera because I got this mic and I have to talk into this part right here. So I guess I could technically risk it by picking up the mic, making sure I'm talking into it, get real close to the camera like this, right? And then I say 3, 2, 1, click. This is so lame. 3, 2, 1, and click.